2 years ago.
Good morning, everybody. I'm going to call the Ellis County Commission meeting to order. All those capable, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Bob, if you do the roll call.
Commissioner Neil Younger,
Present.
Chair Michael Burgess.
Here.
We do have a quorum.
Any changes to the order of business?
I have none.
No executive session, so we'll just proceed through it. Prior minutes, you have time to look at that?
I looked at them.
Okay, I have no changes on my end. Consent agenda.
Okay, I have nothing. I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda, items A through G.
Second that motion. The motion is second on the table. Any modifications, changes, comments? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. No opposed, passes 2-0. Issues from persons not on the order of the business. Anybody from the public that would like to speak to the commission at this time? Move on. So introduction of new and promoted employees, Ms. Jennifer Taylor.
Good morning,
Good
Jennifer
morning.
Taylor, Ellis County HR, and as you can see, we have a room full of people that we are either welcoming to Ellis County or congratulating on being promoted from within. And so with a large group of people, I'm actually just gonna have the department heads come up. So if you guys could come up, what they'll do is they'll introduce their new hire or promoted employee. We'll have each employee from that department stand.
Brennan McKay, Ellis County Public Works Director. So for our new hires, we've got Steve Burley, equipment operator, Bobby Rohr, equipment operator, Josh Adams, equipment operator, Dan Giebler, equipment operator, Joe Giebler, equipment operator, then not present is George Schneider, he's our welder mechanic. And then for promotions, we've got Mike Freeman as project manager, who's introduced to you back in August. And then we have a transfer from a truck driver to mechanic of Jason Gerstner. We're a little bit behind the shop, so he stayed back.
Well, welcome. Good looking
Welcome.
crew. Appreciate it.
Good morning, Justin Craig,
Morning.
Environmental Services Director.
Morning.
Today I'm welcoming Braden Dreher. He's coming to us with about 6.5 years experience with the city of Hayes. Been a welcome addition. Glad to have him.
Very good. Welcome.
Welcome.
Good morning, Commissioners. Gary
Morning.
Haas, Weed Control Supervisor. Here today, we'd like to welcome Jason Baskell. He moved over from Road and Bridge Department. He had 3 years there, and now he's the Weed Control Foreman for the Weed Department.
Very good.
Okay.
Good.
Good move.
And then I'm standing in for Vern, and I'm going to congratulate Natalie Shoemaker for being promoted to a motor vehicle clerk 2. And then also welcoming Ryan Brungart on board as an EMT, and he couldn't be here today. So,
Okay.
thank you.
Very good.
Congratulations, everybody. Move and welcome aboard.
Order of business, K-Camp voting delegate and alternates. Darren.
Your one sole agenda item for discussion today is your K-Camp voting delegates for the annual meeting at the Kansas Association of Conference at the beginning of December. And discussing with the Chair Burgess yesterday, we will also eventually, I hope, or we normally get K-Work and KAC delegates as well. We have not received those, so I guess if you want, since Commissioner Liker couldn't be here this morning, we could wait on those other two, but I know we could at least get the K-Camp one filled out today if the commissioner wants to be the voting delegate for that. And then if that can be completed, Bobby can attest it and sign it in today, or send it in today.
Well, I'll make the offer to be a delegate. I am on the board of K-Camp, so I have to be at the meeting anyway. So I'm more than happy to also be the voting delegate for Ellis County on that. that's all right with the commission. And I think K-Work, as we talked yesterday, is typically right before the K-Camp meeting, so I'd be more than happy to, when that one comes, to be at that meeting too, since again, we'll be in that same room.
Okay.
I can do K-Work and K-Camp when that comes. And I guess KAC then, I'll let one of the other two maybe take on the KAC then, for the delegate for that spot.
I think possibly too at the KAC meeting, correct me if I'm wrong, I think the last couple of years, they've just been giving the commissioners a paddle for your voting, so we may not actually have to identify.
Yeah, it seems
Um,
like that's,
It's just when I register the commission, they'll know that we'll have an Ellis County representative there as a voting delegate.
'cause I think they do that, their meeting during one of the breakfasts, don't they? You just, whoever's there, and you just say you're Ellis County, you get a paddle, so.
Yep.
But, which we'll probably all be at the breakfast, we typically are, so we can work at that. But K-Camp and K-Work, I'll take on that duty. Don't need a motion for that, just fill out the paperwork.
Who will be the alternate?
I will. I'll be the alternate.
You're here, we'll
Yeah.
appoint you alternate.
It's usually not the way it works.
Or, yeah.
We could have done Nate, but yeah.
Force Nathan to do it since he's not here.
No, we won't do that. We may have that favor returned at some point.
Okay.
Two other items to bring up in regards to this. Commissioner Liker made a suggestion, because it was commented last year at the conference, is to, we do have a little bit of a delegation from Ellis County going down to the KAC conference. Usually the clerk, the treasurer, myself, Public Works, Environmental, IT sometimes goes, and then the commission. It was suggested last year, and Commissioner Liker reminded me that maybe instead of going to one of the group meals, or one of the evenings, that we all try to get together as Ellis County and just have a sit-down lunch together or supper together. I don't know if that was something the commission would like to do. If so, I can make arrangements to do so on one of the evenings.
Yeah, I'd be open to
I
that.
don't have a problem with that. No.
It would probably have to be, we'll have to look at the schedule, it'd probably have to be that Wednesday evening, because I think KAC, it's their 150th, right, or 100th year or something, so I think they're planning
Banquet.
a banquet of some sort for everybody, so I think we should make sure we're attending that as their celebration. I think K-Camp that same evening may have a little bit, so.
Yeah, I'll look at the schedule. He was thinking one of those evenings, or maybe even that first night, Monday night when we get
yeah,
down
maybe
there.
even Monday night when we get there.
Okay.
Could work too, so yeah, be open to that, it'd be good.
And then if anybody wants to attend, I'll just RSVP with the group that's going, and then we'll figure that out.
Treasurer's not part of KC.
Okay.
I joined KC quite a few years ago, but I think they're trying to get them back in.
And then, so I'll wait, I'll get that scheduled and I'll let the commission know. The second thing is the December 9th meeting, I believe, is the second regularly scheduled meeting for the commission, which at that time will be at the conference. So it's making sure that the commission was aware of that, and that it's okay that we cancel that meeting.
Sure.
Okay, I think that's all I got.
Do we have to post something that will be, is there anything COMA related that all three of us will be at a conference together?
As long as you don't, like Bill Jeter can clarify, but as long as you can all attend the same sessions, you can attend education seminars, you just can't combine together in a collective conversation and talk about county views, county business, or commit or have any type of business meeting regarding Ellis County.
We will do that. Comply or whatever. Okay. That's it. I feel like we should sit here and just kind of delay on something. County administrator report.
Just because it is short, got two quick things. As a reminder to the commission, we still have a pending joint City of Hayes, Ellis County work session coming up at the end of the month, November 24th. And I do have a room reserved out of Fort Hayes with supper. We're still working, waiting on the election results tomorrow. Depending if there's a lot of changes or not, we'll get everything finalized tomorrow, and I'll send out a reminder to the commission. And then,
Along with that, real quick, because I think we all got, maybe all got the invitation. I think Sarah Wassinger with the chamber sent out an invitation for December 8th. I think that's regarding a trip to Washington next year. but we're not, as far as I'm not going to Washington, I don't think, because the county's not going to Washington next year, are we? Planning on it?
It was budgeted in there every year.
Yeah.
But if the commission decides to not all three go, one or two go, that's, we guess we can make that determination when, information gets released.
Okay. That works.
I didn't see an
I thought
email.
it was every other year or something, but
They were talking about switching it from instead of going every year, and then, on the off year, doing something local. But they found the last time, besides the storm that rolled through that week when we were there, that they didn't, the consortium of that delegation between all the different cities and counties didn't feel it as beneficial,
okay.
being here locally and not going out there to speak with the staff members that have, closer ties to the representation in Congress.
Okay. So then, yes, I don't know, Neil, did you get it? I got an invitation from Sarah, so Nathan probably didn't, you might not have. So I kind of misspoke there. If you guys are, if we're thinking of going or sending, I probably will not this year. I've kind of already made that decision on my own, but the other commissioners or something, then there's a meeting on the 8th for that.
And then the last quick item to discuss is, tomorrow morning's we were invited to the meeting with Developmental Services Northwest Kansas, and with the intention of not having two commissioners there to be able to talk openly about county business and, input into, the county side of that discussion. It would be best just to have one commissioner there, and I know we had multiple commissioners that would like to attend, and if we could see if one could go. However, if, in speaking with Mr. Jeter, if you do both want to go, we would have to do a special meeting agenda and post it here today, so that way you both could interact within the conversation.
Well, if you can go, I gotta be in Hill City tomorrow for meetings all day anyway.
Okay, well, that's
So
up
I
to
was-
you,
I
because
mean,
if not, I got something else that that come up, but it's up to you, Mr. Chair.
I'll let you go.
Okay.
Cause I need to be in Hill City
Okay.
for work.
Well, if that
so,
works better for you, then.
Yeah, that will.
Okay.
Okay.
That's all I have for the report.
I'm gonna ask Brendan to come up and give us a update on roads and bridges and.
Morning again, Commissioners.
Morning.
Technical Works Director. So regards to the striping that we'll be doing, it's anticipated to be conducted this Thursday, Friday this week, or again next week if weather offset sets that project back at all.
Okay.
The Hoosier Bridge, which is down there south of Walker, that we have the off-system bridge grant for, that's progressing along. Hoping to see it reopened here mid to late December. Current timeline on that. Then we've got the state grant for Sleep River Bridge. We've signed the preliminary engineering agreement on that, so design work is underway on there. And a lot of other things for Rocky 240th from Feedlot Road 2 miles north, and then the intention is to turn south to what is commonly known as Seven Hills Road past the landfill, then go back up to the northeast part of the county or northwest part of the county on 170th. We've got a 2 mile stretch there left to finish off for major projects in the upcoming weeks.
Okay.
Other than that, we're still cleaning up after spotting in material from the soft rains we got over the last couple weeks that made some of the road turn pretty soft.
It's a little early to think about it, but are we doing our prep work for winter weather, snow, ice, those things that?
Yep, so we've already brought all the trucks in, got their spreaders refreshed and gone through, and we were bringing all the trucks in on their services before snowfall comes in to install a bigger light bar system on there, so they're more visible out in the poor weather conditions. The only difference is on our newer trucks, the wiring is different, so we're gonna have to come up with another solution. Won't be able to mount it where we want it mounted the other one, so.
Are we do we change hours for the department?
We start this week with 7 to 3:30, Monday through Friday.
Thank you for that update.
I guess the only thing on the striping, you're saying maybe Thursday, Friday
Yep.
of this week?
Yes.
We're gonna catch it, because harvest is gonna really be going, and when is a good time, but usually by now harvest is over with, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of them things.
So we didn't contract out our striping this year like we normally do in January, February. Because we did receive a grant to stripe majority of all the paved roads in Ellis County. The anticipation was that that contractor would get started this year. After we were done with our asphalt season to do that striping, they were unable to. So we had to work with that vendor, a separate vendor that we normally work with, to see if they could come out here. Thankfully they were, so we're at their mercy a little bit, being fit in between different projects they have. So they originally had planned to be here last week or the week before, but the rains across the state set them back on their other projects. So fortunately, our small area is gonna just be filling work for them, so we kind of have mercy of that.
Anything on the Little Shenchen project deal? Have you had a chance to kind of give us a ballpark
Yes, I sent,
figure? And I guess we may want to wait till Commissioner Liker's here also, but,
yes, I talked with Kevin down there, so
Okay.
the ideal solution would be to put a 10-foot wide concrete flume across that whole area, preventing scour, but then they would not be able to easily access their utilities they have on the ground there. And that's gonna be a pretty pricey solution at like a little over $7,000 in just concrete alone. Kevin was not interested in spending that sort of money. He was looking for something inexpensive. So the proposal I put together, that'll be at next week's agenda,
Okay.
is just cleaning out and putting asphalt millings back in its place. The scour's there because years ago, they cut out to make a sewer line repair and then just backfilled with, I think, whatever they had on hand, which was sand. So that sand is washing out because there's a clean cut line along that ditch where the scour is the worst.
then, the other thing, I don't know what Mr. Burgess thinks, but I would really like if we could move some stuff around from your regular work, Reservation Road and Canterbury. If we could at least go in there this year with our processor and get that road kind of conditioned. I know that's with our HID, but as we know, how we done south of Ellis, how we've done up on the hilltop, how it's getting seasoned in. But so if we do decide to asphalt, that road would be ready at that time. Not only that, because the snowy season's coming up and there's a lot of traffic on that road.
So it has
so-
been milled in before.
Uh-huh.
We intend to do it this winter before we get to our asphalt season next spring. We've got some rock ledges we're identifying in all the territories that we'd like to hit out. That's those steps you'll see on some of the hillsides where it's hard to keep material and keep the ground of the roadway because you hit solid segments of underlying rock. And then we also, this is the time of year that we do our rocking for our roadways.
I know.
So that reclaimer's tied up, so it'll be later this winter before spring comes is when we intend to do that milling in.
I would just like to see that moved up because with the buses and, all that, and like I say, get it good, and I guess I'm
If we
from
do
the
it
old
too
school,
early-
I want it good and packed
Yeah,
before
if we do it too early, it could make it slick for
Right.
winter traffic. So we don't wanna get started too early where it'll freeze thaw and then fluff everything back up that we've done. 'Cause it'll defeat the point of us packing it back down with the water.
How did, so this is the first year of our 13th territory. How did it, I guess, in general, work out, not work out, changes needing to be made, thought about?
We've made some shifts and we've made some changes where the location where the graders are parked at could better suit the territories. Kind of just growing pains with it, but getting the equipment, getting the operators for it.
Yeah,
So it's been successful so far. We've had additional blades out in territories.
Yeah.
So we're getting additional mileage after every moisture event.
I do
So there is a benefit.
feel like in general, I didn't get nearly as many comments, about graders not being in there, or nobody's ever come through my district in months or whatever. So it feels like it,
So the big thing is we had regular rainfalls this
Yeah.
summer. And we had more of a calmer summer, I would say.
yeah,
With those routine cooler temps and rainfalls that allowed us to work, because the last thing we would want to do is when it's hot and dry out, if we don't have a water truck running in front of the blade, all we do is break down the road crust, and then the road just turns to powder at that point, because the roads will get a protective layer or heavily compacted crust that forms. that unless you have moisture to rework the surface, all you do is you break that up and let loose particles start dusting away. You lose more aggregate from your roadway then. I think that was probably, we had more coverage, but we also had Mother Nature on our side.
Rains, yeah.
It helped for that aspect, but it also delayed our asphalt.
Yeah.
By a big portion, because those rainfalls would fall right in between when we need to be laying asphalt, so it's a double-edged sword.
Okay. Appreciate the
Okay.
update.
Thank you.
Bobby, I'll ask for an update, election day. What day?
Bobby Dowling, County Clerk. As everybody knows, or I hope everybody knows, today is Election Day. Everybody is now going to their polling sites from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. If you're not quite sure where your polling site is located, please call my office at 628-9410, and we can get you directed there. And early voting ended yesterday at noon, and we had a fairly decent turnout, which was great. So I hope that continues for today. And if anybody has any questions tonight, when I get results out, they will be posted to our website before we leave the office for, at the end of voting, they will be on our website.
Will you count the ballots in here tonight publicly or?
No, the
Where?
ballots are not counted publicly.
Okay.
I have an election room, and as the polling sites bring in their media, it just gets plugged into my election night reporting machine, and I get results then, and they will be distributed to whomever shows up.
Here
No,
or upstairs?
I have chairs sitting upstairs in the
Okay.
foyer, and
Okay.
we release results 3 times. The first time will be when I get results right at 7 o'clock, which would be my early voting and advance mail. And then after 4 polling sites report in, I do a second set of results, and then my other 4 polling sites, when they report in, I do my final unofficial results at that time.
Okay.
And I do hand them out to whoever shows up as far as candidates so that they can see right away where it's at. And I do let them know that everything that happens tonight is unofficial until canvass on Wednesday, the 12th. Any other questions?
Very good.
Okay, thank you.
That's the updates. Neil, you got an update?
Yeah, I did attend the city meeting, so that was one of them that I attended. Was pretty informal and a lot of good information there that day when I was there. It's been a while since I've been. Then I also did go to the 489, I guess, banquet fundraiser foundation. That brings up another deal, and I've visited with Darren on that, and I know when I went in the restroom a couple different times that the water was running, so it kind of bothered me. I mean, there's adults there, no kids, so we're talking so you're up to speed too, and so our public also, so they're working with us, but since we're on their water, we'll probably get some assistance from them for motion detected urinals / sink. So anyhow, that's hopefully we can get that done. I just water is a prime commodity to me. So then I also did go to the RPM Speedway banquet. I helped one person up the steps when I was out. And I talked with Darren on this, and their budget's not going to allow this year, but put a small little kiosk inside the building, and talked to Tom Frost about it, and thought that was a good idea, and so did Darren. But it takes funding, so possibly in 26 we can get some. These people know where they're going, because the young ones ain't so bad. It's the older people that are going to weddings, and then they're walking clear across. So just a safety aspect of it. And then again, just to piggyback on our clerk doing an excellent job, and all the people that volunteer to help her out makes her job a lot easier. And that's why I don't early vote. I go to my polling so I can thank those people, and they do an excellent job for her. And I also want to thank all the employees for doing excellent jobs, and watching our dollars, and everything is just so expensive anymore, so. I guess that's all I have.
Very good. Much of an update either. I did, same. I went to the City of Hayes meeting a couple weeks ago, stepped in there for a little bit, and then I went over to Ellis yesterday and to their council meeting and listened to their agenda items. Other than that, reminder, please go vote for city and school boards and extension districts. I think are all the positions up in improvement districts. So make your voice heard, and we'll canvass it next week. That's all I have. I'll call the meeting at 8:56.